In the Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 1, verse 37, we read, "Nothing is impossible with God." The angel Gabriel, speaking to the Virgin Mary, emphasizes God's infinite power and God's ability to perform the imaginable. In the face of human limitations, God's power is unlimited, capable of overcoming any obstacle and bringing about his divine purposes. Again in Scripture, we are told, God will provide. We put our trust in God's infallible word, especially during challenging times, trusting the answers we seek, the solutions to difficulties we need, and the divine assistance in painful situations will come our way. Here is where St. Jude enters the picture. St. Jude, an apostle of Jesus, was sent forth like the other apostles with this command. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. What you freely have received, freely give. St. Jude is often called the patron saint of hopeless causes, and he reminds us that with God, nothing is truly lost and that all things are possible. St. Jude spoke quietly yet powerfully. He wasn't in the spotlight like Peter, James, and John. Yet St. Jude reminds us that bearing witness to Christ and the gospel, even to the point of martyrdom, is our call and our mission. When we turn to St. Jude in prayer, it is usually in moments of desperation, when every door feels closed. And yet, St. Jude stands before us, not as a saint of despair, but as a saint of hope. St. Jude calls us to remember that God's power is greater than our weaknesses. That when we feel abandoned, God reminds us that we are His. And that the light of Christ can break into even the darkest places of our lives. St. Jude's message is simple. Never give up on God's mercy. Even when the world labels something as impossible, faith teaches us to trust in possibilities beyond our imaginings. May St. Jude's example strengthen us to hold fast, to pray with confidence, and to walk with courage, knowing that God will never abandon His people. Missionary that he was, St. Jude continues to walk with us on our journey of life. And St. Jude reminds us that we were created in love, by love, and for love.